And good morning, Savannah and the Low Country. And it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's all right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live. And it's the coach and AD, but the coach is going solo. The AD's on a road trip with his son playing a little lacrosse. But it's a lot of fun being here. We're at the center of the sports universe. Chad Griffin, I got it. And once again, it's all presented by Coach's Corner Sports Network. That's right. John Henderson has got his little own sports network going. We got, on Wednesday nights, we got Rubbin' and Grubbin' at 6 o'clock. Dan Foles, Brandon Baines, Lawrence Bennett does a great job with all your NASCAR news, racing, you say it. They got their own little special table going on over there, picking car numbers, and it's a lot of fun. Then, of course, it's the Coach and AD at 7 o'clock with our Wednesday night live update. And then Saturday morning, 9 to whenever, okay, it's right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, and it's always a lot of fun. Great lineup. We're going to go to a couple of highlights. We're going to talk about scores last night from football games. Then in the second quarter, roughly about 9:15, hey, the dean of high school basketball coaches here. He's got to give me a little credit. I got as many years as he has. But, you know, he's been in Savannah his whole career, 25 years head coach over at the high. Can't wait to talk to him because basketball starts Monday. That's right. Basketball starts Monday. Volleyball, softball, cross country all going to the region and state playoffs. Basketball, the round ball, comes out on the hardwood Monday, so you got to be excited about that. And then we'll talk to Tim Jordan, good friend of mine, and I'm telling you right now, you want to talk about a class act? This man does it on and off the court. And, you know, he loves his kids at Savannah High. Followed Ron Love, legendary Ron Love. Well, he's got a little love for the Blue Jackets. And then we'll get into our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Act of the Week. Not one, but this is his second time on the show. The quarterback out of Savannah Country Day, Barry Kleinpeter, had a great game last week. Not last night. We'll talk about that later on. But he also did something very, very, I guess, reputable, and people need to know about it, okay? So Barry Kleinpeter, the junior quarterback, the signal caller out of Country Day, coming on at about 9:30, 9:35. And then I'll end the show up. Remember, there's no AD, so Chad Griffin's playing a little lacrosse with his son, but his family, so he's having a lot of fun. Hey, you got to do your family thing. You got to be with your kids. We'll end up with the, as I call him, the night shift sports reporter. The man at the Savannah Morning News covers all prep sports, but he also likes a lot of sports too. Baseball fanatic, okay? And that's Dennis Knight. All right, so let's go to the high school scoreboard from last night. We'll give you the rundown of the scores, and then I'll get into 4 highlights. That's right, we highlight games every Saturday morning right here on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the Coach and AD, on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, okay? I have to tell you, we also got another show, podcast, okay? Great young guy, Travis Jadon, writes well, also started his own little podcast with Spencer Maddox out of Calvary Day School. We got a Hornet and a Cavalier doing a sports podcast. It's called Hot Grits Podcast, and it's sponsored by the Coach's Corner Sports Network. So you can check that out wherever you listen to your podcasts, okay? I got to learn how to do that. That's probably the only thing I know how to do is podcast. But let's go to the scoreboard. Last night, football. All right, I'm going to take a step back here. All right, I got to do this right. I got to send out a big congratulations. If you didn't watch Wednesday Night Live or Wednesday Night Update recorded, but the Havisham Volleyball School, okay, won their 3rd straight state crown in volleyball in the GAPS Association, the Georgia Association of Parochial and Private Schools. 3rd time, 3-peat. 5 out of the last 6 years they've been there. They took care of Oakwood Christian in the semifinals, and they beat Alleluia Christian I got that reversed. They beat Alleluia Christian in the semifinals and then went on to beat Oakwood Christian for their 3rd straight championship, 5 in the last 6 years. It's unbelievable. Jordan Christie, Georgia Southern commit, volleyball player. I mean, outside hitter, unbelievable. Okay, she racked up 35 kills in those 2 games. Pretty impressive. Lucy Kelly had 44 assists. So, I mean, pretty good job over there. Susan Barry, great coach, great person. Started the volleyball program. I was been with the volleyball program. She's excelled in learning techniques and fundamentals. Hey, go listen to Wednesday Night Live. The Coach, the AD with Susan Barry, and you'll find out the whole story. But congratulations to the Lady Patriots out of the Havisham School for their 3-peat 3rd state volleyball championship, bringing back the ship to Savannah, Georgia. All right, football highlights. Thursday, Jenkins, 40, Grove 6 over in Garden City. That was our Thursday night showdown. Okay, last night, We'll go to Class 6A, Richmond Hill, over 500 yards of offense against Effingham County, 45-14. Glen Academy rolls into the Corral, beats the Mustangs 35-3. In 3A, 4A, Windsor Forest takes care of Johnson 21-0. New Hampstead beats Savannah High 61-0. Islands remains undefeated and beats Beach 38-0. Now, in 3-1A, Savannah Country Day was the only team playing last night. They were supposed to be on a bye week, but due to way back when they had to cancel a game against ECI because of the COVID-19, they were supposed to play last night at Saunders Field. No officials showed up, so they had to cancel the game. So that's what PPD means. Not because of the weather, no officials. So Country Day did not play last night. I don't know if they're going to be able to fit it into their schedule because now their region schedule comes up. Skeeza, Thomas Haywood, rematch of last year's Skeeza state title, beats the Blazers 40-7 over there in Ridgeland. In Giza, the Georgia Independent Schools Association, okay, Pinewood Christian took care of St. Andrews 38-0. Frederica beats Memorial Day 55-0. Benedictine, Calvary, and Savannah Christian had the bye. And this is my favorite part, doing the show right here early in the morning. Here's the highlights of last night. The highlights of last night, okay, we're going to start it off Thursday night highlights. Jenkins and Groves out at Garden City Stadium. Okay, so it's a showdown in Garden City. Warriors with the defense. They were all over the place all night. They're on the warpath. Touchdown right away with the attacking defense in the end zone. Who wants a safety when you could force a fumble and score a touchdown? While Bernard Bentley pounces on the ball. Here's another good hit. Another defense of Groves, but doesn't quit. Groves does score a touchdown right there. It's a tie game, but that's the last time it's a tie game. Jenkins got breathing room as Patrick Blake airs it out to Jordan Holmes, including this one late in the first quarter. Blake threw 2 touchdowns in the first half, and meanwhile, the Warrior defense was stout all night. There's big Jaquez Williams with the tackle in the backfield. So Jaquez Williams, outstanding player. What would it be out without this man, the star running back at Jenkins High School, DeMasi, putting it in. It was all Warriors. All right, Warriors win 40-6 on Thursday night out at Garden City Stadium. Patrick Blake with another long throw. Touchdown, Warriors. Okay, so Warriors, Jenkins, they're battling. Well, they're going to be definitely in the playoffs because they're in the region with Benedictine, Islands, Jenkins, and New Hampstead. All 4 teams will go to the playoffs. BC automatically gets the first spot because they're not playing us. Chatham County this year went to those rules where we are only allowed to play our own schools. So Benedictine has the number 1 seed. So Jenkins, Islands, and New Hampstead are fighting for that second seed. Right now, Jenkins is in 4th. Islands and New Hampstead are battling out for that second place. It's going to be a big showdown. Islands is undefeated, but they still got Windsor Forest, and they still got New Hampstead on their schedule. All right, so the next highlight. Let me flip my notes here so I know what I'm talking about. Got to thank, of course, WJCL, the big guy, Frank Silkowski, and Amy Zimmer for sending these to me. All right, let's go out to Pooler Stadium, where everything's cooler and pooler. And we're going to talk about, of course, the team I know near and dear to my heart, the Island Sharks. And they are coming out to the game. The Island Sharks off to a 3-0 start. They're taking on, of course, the Beach Bulldogs. New head coach, not interim, but head coach, Deshaun Priddup, liking what he sees, but it's a defensive battle in the first half. I mean, there we go. We got the chasing them down, and that is, let me get my rate, Jackson Elms coming off the edge with the big quarterback sack to force a 4th down. Sharks on the opening drive doing the same thing on 4th down, but nowhere to go. The Bulldogs came to play in the first half. It was a defensive battle. Sharks on its opening drive going in for a 4th and long, and a new philosophy seems that on 4th down we don't punt the ball anymore. Okay? Trying to get that big DeMonte Smith picking up the fumble, stopping Beach again. So 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Could be the turning point. The Bulldogs drop back, and it's intercepted. Okay? Great field position for the Bulldogs to take it in. But they don't do it because the Islands High School Sharks defense has only given up 16 points all year. They did give a score to Beach last night, but let me get my notes here. So where are my notes here? Sharks defense was swarming all night. Beach couldn't tear up big play. They did score, but in the second half, Island scored on all 4 of its second half possessions to turn a potentially close game an upset maybe by the Bulldogs into a blowout, okay? And believe it or not, the Sharks are ranked 8th in 4A. So pretty impressive with Deshaun Printup and the Sharks over there. The Sharks chomped the win, okay? They beat the Bulldogs 38-8. So let's see, we're traveling next. All right, we're going out to Windsor Forest and Johnson at the Savannah-Chatham County Public School Island Stadium. All right, let me find the game right here. Here it is. Left my mic off. Hold on. That's my producer. Yes, sir. I know. I left the mic off, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. How much? Did I miss all the highlights?
No. Just the last one.
All right. We'll go over that later on. That's the producer, Lawrence Bennett, for Rubbin' and Grubbin', as you see over my... That's my left shoulder. Oh, my right shoulder. Thanks, Lawrence.
Thanks, Coach.
You just got to love live internet, live radio, whatever you want to do. But I'm sorry, Savannah High and New Hampshire, I left the mic off. I'll fix that later on. I'm not going to go back over because I got Tim Jordan waiting in the coach's corner guest room. Okay, so we got Savannah Christian Home again, Heritage, 1 o'clock. Calvary at First Presbyterian, 2 o'clock. St. Vincent's Academy up at Brookstone. I don't have a starting time. Woodville's at Lamar in the Class 2A public schools. I don't have a starting time. In 3A, right now over at the Arts Academy. The Arts Academy is taking on Appling County, 9 a.m. Windsor Forest is at Southeast Bullock at 11 o'clock. And if you want to catch an afternoon matinee, you want to watch a little volleyball, head over to Islands. They take on Fayette County at 4 o'clock. Then the 6A schools, okay, Lakeside DeKalb is coming to Richmond Hill. Don't have a time. Effingham is up at North Atlanta. So it's all volleyball today, all day long. And remember, you're watching the Coach and AD. Coach going solo today. The AD's playing a little lacrosse with his kid. And it's all right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Next up, the dean of our basketball coaches here in Savannah, Georgia, a good friend, Love this guy. Class act, Tim Jordan from Savannah High. We'll be right back from the universe of sports, Coach's Corner, after we thank everybody who sponsors our show, the Coach and AD. We'll be back in 3 minutes, Tim, and then you're on.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good Saturday morning, people. It's the coach and the AD. Oh, I'm flying solo today. The AD's playing a little lacrosse with his son. It's the coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning, live from the center of the sports universe. Coach's Corner, up that shoulder, okay? And remember, it's great. John Henderson, I got to thank for letting us do this. And I got to thank you for joining me, whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's all about local sports, all the time, right here in Coach's Corner. Don't forget, tonight, out in the Sound Garden, we got Toxic Orange. Okay, I gotta get my band straight. That's usually a Chad Griffin thing, okay? But I'll get the band. It's here tonight in the Sound Garden. First time we've had a band in the Sound Garden over three weeks. So come out here, enjoy some football, a gazillion TVs, okay? But anyway, believe it or not, people, it's basketball season. That's right. High school hoops starts Monday. Hey, how can I not start the show off without Mr. 500, okay? The elder statesman of the coaches here in Savannah, Georgia, and I've been doing this a long time like him, but I haven't lived here. Well, I've been here as long as he has, but I haven't been on the hardwood here in Savannah as long as he has. I mean, he's just a great guy. Loves what he's doing. He keeps on telling me every year he's going to retire, but I get to coach against him one more time. Joining us on the Coach's Corner Internet Stream Hotline is the man himself, Mr. 500, the Blue Jacket Man, Tim Jordan. Tim, always a pleasure having you on.
Thank you, Carl. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Hey, but I want the haircut, buddy. I want to see the haircut.
I told you, Carl, I'm going to get there. With the time basketball season, have my first game with the great Karl DeMasi. By that time, I'm sure I'll have it. I hadn't been in the barbershop in over a month because of the pandemic, but basketball season is going to come out right, just for you.
Well, Tim, we've been doing this a long time. We've both been coaching since 1982. I mean, it's close to 38 years for both of us, and I mean, it's unbelievable. I never thought we would get to this point. I didn't think we'd have basketball this season, but we're going to have basketball now. Before we had the COVID-19, we weren't playing each other, okay, because of the schedule. Islands is in 4A now, you're in 3A. But you know what I like about this? The kids are going to get to play, and it's still the old rivalries. I get to coach against my brethren here in Savannah, Georgia, and I mean, I'm going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're still not going to hang it up yet, right?
Well, Carl, I think I got some guys on my staff now. I can kind of train and groom and kind of get them into the thing, and maybe another year, maybe, you know, I'm trying to wait that Social Security time about to kick in, systems to kick in. We'll make some choices then.
I know we got to take advantage of that Social Security thing before they end it on us. You know what I mean? Because who knows where politics are going? But I'm not talking politics. So do you think we're going to get this point where we're going to play basketball this year? Or the kids are going to play basketball this year?
Well, Carl, I'm kind of like a kid at Christmas now. I tell people it's the most wonderful time of the year. Basketball kid out, and people think that's Christmas, but for basketball coach, this time is the most wonderful time. We just happy that we're going to be able to have a season this year. I was kind of skeptical about it for a while, and I said, well, after we was talking football, I said, hopefully they have football. They have football, then they may have basketball. So I'm just happy we're going to have a season.
Well, of course, we're not going to have the NBA bubble. We're going to have fans coming in. I mean, it's probably going to be at 20% of the gym. But Tim, I don't know how you feel. I would play with no fans just so the kids get out there and play. But you know, people got to understand though. You being an AD longer than I have here in Savannah, me being an AD now, we got to follow the protocols.
Definitely, Carl, and not in the elder statesmen, you know, because we're the guys most high risk, you know. So we sure want to be around a while so this thing is over. So I'm just happy for the kids being able to play. Don't get me wrong, I love the fans and all that, but more important for the kids. I think you saw that with the NBA. Hey, no fans to the end, they let a few in, but you know, it's really about having the chance to be able to play. That's what's most important.
Well, I don't know how you and Beach and the other schools that have been around a long time, you got an alumni that eats, sleeps, and breathes basketball just like Beach does. How are you gonna help them out understand that, you know what, we got to do it this way or we can't play?
It's gonna be tough, Carl. You know, we had a lot of AD meetings. We was talking about that point. I was like, hey, some guys have been coming, especially some of our older gentlemen, have been coming to games for over 50 years. So it's gonna be kind of hard to tell them you can't come up. We have to have a rotation to get you in. But I'm sure they'll understand if they they love the school as much as they say they do. They'll understand it's really about the kids more so than it is about them, or even myself or yourself. It's really about the kids out of
Well, I know this is going to be a little off topic. How much do you miss playing at the old Savannah High in the pit? Or coaching in the pit?
Carl, don't say that, Carl. Nothing compares to the pit. You know, I was head coach. I was Coach Love. I always mention my mentor, Coach Love. Pass it on to me. I was the head coach of that building for 3 years and never lost a game. Another great coach that just passed it to Ron earlier. He used to always say, Jordan, let me know when y'all moving, they're going to tear this place. I'll be the first one to drive a bulldozer to knock it down. Because I hate coming here. So, you know, never lost a game there, so I wish I could have the pit to this day.
Hey, do me a favor. Hang on for one more year, and let's try and twist their arms. Let's play a Savannah High Islands basketball game in the pit.
No, that's like we might have to call Carl and a few of our friends over there and see that we make that happen. I think that would be a classic. I would love to do that. Yes, sir. Love to do that'd be a great way if you decide to ever hang up those basketball shoes and that whistle that you can end your career over there. You know what I mean? That's where I started at. I started, like I said, over there in 1982, 83. Hey, yeah, that'd be great to end it over there. That was a wonderful place to play. Because I mentioned to somebody, I said, have you been to the Arts Academy, the old Savannah High, the pit? The old coach, I said, you need to go. It's a classic, they don't make them like that anymore, so that'd be a great place to end the career. And
the great thing is they still have the wooden seats up.
Oh yeah, man. Those bleachers that go, they high, and man, you think you're going to fall out the sky. It's just great. I really enjoy working over there.
All right, you're listening to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here, whoops, wrong shoulder, at the center of the Sports Universe Coach's Corner. That side is Rubbin' and Grubbin', our other Coach's Corner sports show. And then, of course, we got Hot Grids podcast on the internet, Travis Janon and Spencer Maddox. So tell me, I know I'm going to have to wait, but I got a good group coming back before the football players coming back. What's it going to be like over there at Savannah High? And I know you told me that you're going to be waiting on a lot of those football players to come back.
Well, yeah, Carl, like I said, numbers are smaller because really right now, a lot of people don't know, we're the smallest high school in town now. I mean, public school anyhow. And we also, really we're supposed to be playing AA or maybe a large single A high school, but, you know, for the travel and all that stuff, we chose to pay up. But right now, I'm waiting on about 4 or 5 guys from football, you know, the kids that played actually. Got about a good group of young kids supposed to come out, but you don't never know what you got because not being on campus this year, I think it's going to hurt our numbers. I don't know about other people, it's going to hurt our numbers. But usually, you know, you walking through the building, hey kids, you need to try out your son, come on out there type deal. We don't have that access to the kids this year, so counting on a few kids to come out from football and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know. It's been tough. I mean, trying to get kids to turn in paperwork and come to a little bit of conditioning. You know, we were allowed to do that, but it's been tough because of the whole COVID-19 stuff, so it kicks off. So what are you looking forward to going into this season for you?
Well, like I said, basically, the main thing, Carl, is just being able to play. Like I said, I was unsure we were going to be able to play. Just winding down for me, and I didn't want to end my last season when we didn't have a season at all. You know, that was the most important. Get a chance. This will be the first time, Carl, I can remember being able to play, you know, everybody's town. I don't remember that happening maybe in years or ever. You know, you playing everybody. So this year we're going to get to play all the public schools. I don't remember that ever happening. So this will probably be a first. I mean, I've played them off and on different seasons, but I had to play everybody in town and one few. I don't remember that happening before. So that could be exciting for the city.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I love the rivalry going into the gym and playing Savannah High or Johnson or Beach or Windsor Forest, Jenkins, Groves. It's just that rivalry that goes on, and it's simply special. All right, let's turn the hat around. Did you ever think we'd make it through a whole football season?
I was wondering about that, Carl. Like I said, things have been pretty good. I mean, a few hiccups here and there. That's got to be expected, but I'm happy we kind of made it. Now, I'll tell you what I wasn't really happy about, Carl, just to be honest how you get about it, is when they pushed football season back into basketball. Now, I wasn't too happy about it, but we'll let it go to make it because I think the state championship this year is after Christmas. So, you know, that's deep into basketball. But, you know, I guess the most important part of the season is in January when you get into those regional games and regional schedules. So, but, yeah, I'm just glad we were able to have a football season, like I said, because I knew if we had a football season, there was a very good chance we would have a basketball season. So I guess I can't complain too much.
And I don't know many people know this, but Tim Jordan was a standout football player, played over at Savannah State. So, I mean, do you get involved in the aspect of football over at Savannah High? You just hands off, I'm the AD, I'm just going to watch?
Well, Carl, you know how it can be sometimes. You get a young coach, you want to give him a little freedom, you know. I don't want to think I'm like the great dad standing, no looking over the shoulder, you know. I'm a different kind of AD, Carl, and you probably do way too. I think if you were the football coach, I'd let you coach football. If you need some advice,
exactly.
I'm glad to help you out. You're the basketball coach, you coach basketball. I'm always there as needed, but I try to stand over guys, give the guys a chance to spread their own wings.
All right, give a shout out to anybody from Savannah High area that's going to come that wants to play basketball. What do they need to do to get in touch with the dean of the basketball coaches here in Savannah, Georgia, Mr. 500, Tim Jordan?
Well, you know, the college basically right now we use our telephone and we got a lot of kids. We got the website, check our website, our school website. Have a lot of information on it for us, giving out physicals and information and packets and doing that kind of thing. So it starts in the early, like I say, on Monday. Like I say, it was kind of funny, Carl, was you had conditioning, but sometimes it's kind of hard to keep the kids to leave home and come to the gym just to run. You know what I'm saying? They can't get a ball out of play, you know. So that was kind of a challenge this year. But everything's on the website, and feel free to call me. A lot of them have my numbers out there. You can call the front office, that type deal, and I'm available at any time. So give me a call, and we'll try to get started next week.
Hey, who jumped in? Hey, it's the AD. We're at the end of this segment, but I know you got one question, Chad, for the man himself, Mr. Tim Jordan, before we get out of this segment. Tim, Chad made it in here.
So what now?
Yeah, man, great to see you this morning, and I'm sure that Carl's been drilling you with questions on basketball and probably COVID and everything else, man. I just want to thank you as a basketball coach and what you've done, constantly done for the Savannah community with basketball. But tell me, I'm curious to ask about what how you present your team is going to be this year. What is dealing with, or tell me about the Georgia high school rules and maybe some things with that, the no jump ball, the spacing of benches. Talk about some of the Georgia high school stuff and how do you guys want to adapt to that?
You know what? As old guys, it's going to be a little adjustment for us. Because of something I ended up, they also talk about implementing the 30-second clock, all that good stuff. And being honest, I've only coached in the 30-second clock call myself in the All-Star game once, so which you didn't need a clock did. And I know the no jump ball kind of take away a little bit from, because my thing is, why not jump the ball? Because I be doing scoring talk, the ball's going to be going back and forth anyhow. Basketball is unlike football. You can take the ball can have it for a whole time. Basketball, you're going to have it, I'm going to have it. You're going to have it, I'm going to have it. So it's going to go back and forth. So sometimes I think, being honest, Georgia High School need to get basketball people, from all over the state on these kind of rules committees. Let people who never really played basketball, had any real interest in basketball, make the rules.
Well, Tim, it's always a lot of fun. Hopefully, I won't need you to give me a timeout this year. We can have a very competitive game, and it'll be a lot of fun. But I'm telling you, hang in there one more year. We got to work a game out at the pit.
Oh, that'll be great, Charles. Love to get it at the pit. That would be great.
I'll talk to you, Tim. Hey, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
I'll see you.
All right, Carl. All right, Chad. Thank you, too. Take care. Be safe out there.
All right, brother.
Well, what else can you say about Tim Jordan? The man loves what he's doing. He's been doing this as long as I have, since 1982. We both started at the same time. He's a little younger than this old guy, so I'm going to give him that much. And, of course, he's better looking when he shaves the beard and shaves his head back to normal. Can't wait to meet him on the basketball court.
I tell you, I mean, he's a legendary person, and not just because of, obviously the basketball, but the impact of lives that he's had on the generations of young men. And Coach, you and I talk about this all the time. That is why we do what we do. That is why you coach. That is why you mentor. That is why you impact lives, whatever your sport is. But Tim's just done that in so many ways. And one day it's going to be awesome to line up all the lives that he's impacted in the Savannah community and beyond.
It's not just about X's and O's, like you said. It's about a guy who cares about his kids. He cares about the kids at Savannah High, and he's going to do it for, hopefully, I want to get him another year so he can play that game at the pit. But once again, Tim Jordan, basketball starts up Monday. All right, Chad, I got to go to the break here. You going to stay around for our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week?
Yeah, I'll be right here, man.
All right. Once again, you're watching now the Coach and AD. I'm not going solo. He's here. He's ready to go. He's watching a little lacrosse and with his son, but it's the Coach and AD on the Coach's Corner Sports Network right here in the center of the universe of sports, Coach's Corner.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies. Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts in Thompson Sports Shop. They're pregnant and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And it's the Coach and AD. Happy Saturday morning to you. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. The coach, Karl DeMasi. The AD, Chad Griffin, up there playing a little lacrosse or watching a little lacrosse with his son. And remember, it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network every Saturday morning, 9 until we ever get done. Chad, what's going on and where you at?
Man, we're at the beautiful North Myrtle Beach Sports Complex. And, man, if Savannah could ever build something like this, Karl, we have 8 lacrosse / soccer fields, plus there's a whole baseball area as well up above us. I mean, this place is massive. They also have a video unit for each field, so you can watch these games. If you're grandparents and you're in North Carolina like mine, you can log on and watch games. So what a great, beautiful place this is. Playing a little lacrosse here. It's supposed to be the Charlotte Invitational, but because of COVID policies in North Carolina, we got moved to Myrtle Beach. But that's okay, man. We're loving it. We're in the third quarter. We're at 5-1 right now, so it's a good start to the morning for our guys. All these local Savannah, all these kids are Savannah kids that are playing on this team. So shout out once again to Christian Harris and Sweet Lax and Low Lax Lacrosse Schools. They got it going.
Hey, and you know where we're at? We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. You're watching kids. I'm talking about kids. Well, this young man, he's been here last year. We had him at the rodeo over at Vadian Pula Chevrolet, but he didn't get on the bull. I tried, but I didn't want them to turn it on. But I'm telling you, what a game he had last week. The junior, of course, the junior signal caller from Country Day was 19 of 30 for 314 yards, was involved in 5 scores for the Hornets, okay, 4 passes, 1 run. He rushed for 42 yards, 47 yards, in a 42-32 win over Deerfield, Windsor. Joining us now on the Coach's Corner Internet Hotline, the man himself. I can't believe it. It seems like he's been around here forever, but it's Savannah Country Day quarterback, Barry Kleinpeter. Barry, once again, always love having you on, buddy.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a compliment here. Face is filling out. You're bigger, you're broader than those last 2 years. Hey, you're growing into that body there, and you've been playing football for a long time, and we know you're outstanding over there at Country Day. So tell us, has the routine been the same for you with football, or has it been different? You changed anything up, or you just doing the same thing you got to do?
No, I would just say trying to keep doing the same sort of thing, just working as hard as I can every day, trying to get better, just a little bit better each day, and thought we've had a pretty good season so far. Just looking to get a little bit better every day.
Well, Barry, I think that's exactly the mentality you guys have taken. I get it. I talk to Coach Collis all the time because we're both ADs and we're both trying to manage COVID like everybody else. And so we talk probably about once a week. And I tell him all the time, the worst thing could ever happen was he go 10-0 in his first year. But, you guys had a breakout season last year. You had just tons of talent on both sides of the ball. And people just don't understand. You can't lose the guys on both sides of the line of scrimmage that you lost and expect to immediately be back where you were. But, man, talk about where you guys have come from. Let's say your first, I look at your first game and where you guys are now. it's like you guys have figured it out. You're getting people in the right position. You knew you had the skill guys, and it's like your lines come together all at the right time. So talk about, hey, people might not have seen it at the beginning, but you're seeing what Country Day football is as the season's progressed.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be a little more harder this year with losing some of those guys up front, but I'm really proud of the way that some of these young guys have stepped up and just working every day at practice, getting better. And I thought my line has done a phenomenal job throughout the season, just working hard, just reading their keys, doing the right things. I mean, it's hard to step into a varsity football game as a freshman or even a sophomore and to do what they've done. I'm really proud of that.
And you should know, I mean, you've only been doing it as a freshman and sophomore the last 2 years over there at Country Day. So, I mean, as far as Barry goes, tell us about the Deerfield game, because watching all the highlights from and the comments from Coach Collis, you guys had a lot of fun in that game. I mean, you were involved in 5 touchdowns. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Everything just seemed to go my way that game, I guess you could say. And obviously, I can't do it by myself. My receivers helped me out a lot. The line, those young guys, they're stepping up, giving me time to make plays in the backfield is a big thing. So obviously, I can't do it by myself. It was a team win. I put up good numbers because of those guys.
Now, quickly before the AD goes, the coach goes. Okay, tell me about Odom, Brown, and Smith and Kleinpeter. 4 skilled players. You guys have been working with a very young line. How's it playing with those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such a huge advantage being able to play so long with them. I mean, the chemistry that Odom and Brown and I have, it's unmatched, honestly. And I mean, Davion, I went to elementary school with Davion. I've known him since I was young. So just being able to play with those guys, I really think we can match up with anybody, to be honest with you.
Well, I agree with you there, man. Watching you definitely have the skill guys to compete with anybody in the region and anybody around. I mean, it's almost unmatched what you guys have skill. But, man, the preparation that's gone into that. Talk about what it's like. I always love asking quarterbacks, what advice would you give to rising quarterbacks? And I'm going to say this while we're on the air here is, one, Barry as a person is just a tremendous human being. We'll get in what he did for the kid at Windsor Forest a little bit later. But I'm going to tell you, it was just this early spring when we were out trying to play some 7-on-7, as we were trying to get 7-on-7 going. And my son's out there as a young, 6th grader. And, they're asking him to throw with high school kid. He's a bit nervous, but who comes up to him? Barry does. Barry comes up to him. Comes up to Hayes, says, hey, man, come throw with us, get warmed up with us, and just kind of took him under the wing. I think there's a fraternity with quarterbacks, but talk about just the preparation of a quarterback and the development of a quarterback, and what advice you give to younger QBs.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I've been a younger guy looking up to varsity athletes, so I know what it's like, and I try to be a role model for all those younger guys as well. But I'd say quarterback is such a unique position. It's very, very mental. You gotta be confident. You gotta be very confident, and you gotta know your reads. I mean, at the end of the day, you can work on making the passes, having the fundamentals, but it's very mental. You gotta be able to think quick. And I think from a developmental standpoint, working on footwork, knowing when to escape the pocket, that's a big thing for me. That's what I would say.
And once again, you're listening to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. It's Saturday morning right here at Coach's Corner. We're part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. John Henderson and crew present this show every Wednesday night and Saturday morning. We're talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Dr. Bart Wetherington has been doing this since I've started doing internet, radio. Gotta appreciate it. We're talking to the quarterback from Savannah Country Day, Barry Kleinpeter. All right, buddy, so tell the fans about Country Day and your coaches. What has the school meant to you, and about, Coach Collis and your previous coaches?
Yes, sir. So I came to Country Day in 8th grade, and I've loved it the whole time I've been here. Great community. Really, last year putting the football team on the map. It's been great. We got some new coaches in my sophomore year, and they've been great the whole time I've been here. Just very excited, very passionate about what they do, and yeah, I think that they've done a really good job so far.
Well, Barry, you got another one coming behind you, Brooks. And what's that going to be like next year? We got to see it a little bit this year at Calvary with Jake Merklinger being a freshman and his older brother Ryan being offensive line, being a senior. What's that going to be like next year when you have your younger brother, on the field with you, practicing with you, and you're a senior? Tell us about how cool that will be.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We talked about it. I'd love for him to be able to practice with me. So just see how everything goes. Step into quarterback when I leave. That's the goal for him. I talked to him, but he's like me. He wants to hit. I don't know if he kind of wants to stay on the defensive side of the ball. So we'll see what happens with that. But he's got a really good arm, and I think it's gonna be really cool.
I don't think people realize, Karl, one, that Barry, I've not got to watch a lot of film on you guys. I always see the offensive stuff. Are you still playing in the defensive backfield like you were last year?
Yes, sir. I got moved down to linebacker this year, and I've been just playing big drives. I'm not playing the whole game, but just when like third long or stuff like that, I'll step in there. And I don't know, region play, you might see a little bit more of me out there.
I think unfortunately for the rest of Region 3A, we will see more of Barry Kleinpeter in the defensive backfield. And I want people to understand that, man. This is not a kid who just plays quarterback and does it well. He's also a super intelligent defender. You watch him last year. He comes up, like I said, he loves the physicality of it. I think that's why he's such a good quarterback, because he embraces it. He understands what it's like to step up in the pocket, because I think under that quarterback skin, he's got a linebacker's mentality. I think that's what makes a great quarterback as well.
Hey, great segue. You're coming into region play. You got 2 years under your belt. Savannah Christian, Savannah Country Day, Calvary. It's probably the 3 biggest rivalries in games in the city. What are you looking forward to now that you're going to come down to it? And it's going to be, it's going to probably determine where you go in the playoffs.
Yeah, we're all really, really excited for that. We play both of them away, which is honestly what's fine with me. I like playing people away. I'm cool with that. But it's definitely going to bring some excitement, some more energetic practices, and I think we're ready to go.
Well, Barry, talk about you. We talked about that. You got Christian, you got us, and then you added Aquinas, a new one into the region. And so we sit there and we play. Basically, we played everybody out, and now you got 3 games remaining. All right, that's on that region schedule. Like Karl says, will determine seeding. And but what's going to be like having someone new like Aquinas in our region? And what have you seen? Or because is that who you guys face first? You got to have them next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And our region is packed with talent. So many tremendous players. But yeah, Aquinas is a great team. I've watched a little bit of film on them. Basically been focusing on ECI this week, but Aquinas has got some dudes that we're gonna have to stop. But we'll hit that Monday.
And I got one question. I know Coach, the AD is going to take off this. Tell everybody about your family, and if there's one thing they don't know about Barry Kleinpeter, tell them about it. So tell us about your family. Your dad was a big athlete here in Savannah, Georgia, and one thing that you're proud of that you've done.
Yes, sir. My family is definitely my biggest support system. They got my back. Anything I can talk to, if it's my dad, my brother, my sister, my mom, grandma, all of them have my back, one of the best for me. So, I obviously cannot do without them. They're there for me 100%. Something that I'm proud of. I'm big in my faith. I'm a big Christian. I have a great relationship with Jesus Christ. So I think that's what I'm most proud of.
Well, Barry, man, we couldn't be more proud of the person you are. And I'm telling you, just from a fan of yours, I know I'm at a rival school, but I'm a big Barry Kleinpeter fan just from the human being you are and how you treat others. And talk about, I want to always ask, you're at that point where recruiting's been kind of weird with COVID. So I always like to ask, hey, how's recruiting going? What's that looking like for you during this kind of weird COVID era? And schools you are interested in, or maybe you've had some contact with?
Yeah, it's been a bit frustrating with COVID. I was planning on going up to some camps this summer, but those got canceled obviously because of the COVID. But I've been in contact with a few coaches. I've talked to North Carolina and UCF, Wake Forest. Those have been the 3 main schools I've talked to. But no offers yet, nothing like that. But I've just been in communication with them so far.
And I got to go to. I'm going to go step back to where you said your faith. You have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and I've always believed in his motto. And it's a Christian faith. It's a faith that a lot of people follow. It's better to give than to get. And what you did this week, and Dennis Knight reported about Travion Savage loses his mother on the Savannah Morning News. Great article. And then for you, and I know Dennis is watching, but the poll now at Savannah Morning News for the athlete or the football player of the week is crazy. And clear cut, you won it again. But, for a couple days later, or the same day, you told Dennis, Mr. Knight, I really don't think I would want to receive this. I would like to give it to Travion Savage. Lost his mother, came back 4 days, played for Windsor Forest. I think he gained over 90 yards. I don't have the stats in front of me. But what made you do that? I mean, that is so unbelievable to give something to somebody that, just went through something tragic. How did you come up with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any sort of statistic that you can put on that, but he is more than deserving of that award, and I just would not feel right receiving that. I mean, that's I was really touched by how awesome of a thing that is, and I can't imagine. I mean, I've been in communication with him, just talked to him about it, and he seems like a really awesome guy. I haven't met him in person, but I'd like to. And but be able to go out there and play on Friday night after that's really awesome. I thought he really deserved that award.
Well, I know Coach Griffin's trying to jump back in. I know he wanted to talk about it. I hope he does before we get out of here. But, hey, you got one more year to go. You still having fun playing high school football, even though you could see the light at the end of the tunnel, UNC, Wake Forest, UCF?
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's nothing like it. It's by far my favorite thing to do. So Friday nights going by quick, but I'm trying to enjoy them while they last.
And you got to be blessed because you're getting one game at a time, but you guys got a lot of games in there.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we just finished talking about his gesture to Travion Savage. I know you wanted to talk to him about it. We got the night shift reporter waiting in the wings, so give me your thoughts there, Mr. AD.
Like I said, man, that's just shows you the human being that Barry is. And it's not just about football; it's about others. And he's right. His faith and his family and his upbringing. That's why he's going to do amazing things in this world beyond football, because he's going to impact lives for God's kingdom, and that's what we're all going to have to ask for one day. And man, I'm just telling you, man, I'm a big fan of yours. I appreciate who you are as a person and how you treat others, man. So just keep being the best version of you, and just thank you for who you are.
Thank you.
Hey, Barry, if you choose UNC, and I know this man's smiling from ear to ear, I'll wear the baby blue, and I'll support you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Barry,
any visit you want to go to the UNC, man, I'm there with you. I'm there, man.
Thank you.
Hey, keep up the great work. I know you'll be on one more or two more times before you graduate. Tell Mom and Dad I said hello. And by the way, Barry, I won't sit by your family during games, because I'm telling you right now, you got to watch the scream and the holler and the waves, the arms flaring. You got a big support system there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, good luck. Good luck next week with Aquinas, and we'll be talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Great job. I mean, what a young man. I mean, what a young man. I mean, we watched this kid grow as a freshman, as a sophomore. You can see he's physically maturing now. Hey, big-time quarterback. He has the real deal. We're looking for dual-threat quarterbacks. This kid's got it, and I know he's making a lot out of something that's not there with these young linemen over at Country Day, but he's a special player. But more importantly, he's a special kid and a special human being. So I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, you couldn't say it any better, Carl. That's exactly what I was going to say. He's a special human being. I just tell you from personal experience, he's just a tremendous young man. He's going to do great things in his life no matter where he goes. Whatever college gets him is not just getting a great football player. They're getting a great human being who just is everything you want in your program and everything you want in a person. So big kudos to his family, his parents, that helped mold him. But at the end of the day, as a high school kid, we can do all we want as parents, but kids still have to make correct choices, and he just continues to make correct choices. And just blessed to be able to watch him, man. He gives me nightmares as a Cavalier, but man, he's great. I'm just proud of him for everything he does. Yeah,
great kid. Okay, and I got to thank the man himself, Dr. Bart Wetherington. Lisa Wetherington with the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. They've been supporting me doing this award since 2010. When I first started this show, I went to Dr. Bart and Lisa and said, hey, do you mind sponsoring the Athlete of the Week? So get me going on the radio, and they've done it ever since. And that's what it's all about. Another good Christian guy, another firm believer in to give than is to get, is Dr. Bart Wetherington. Next up, the man who wrote the story, the man that knows what is going on with all these polls and voting and 3 things about everything. It's the man, the night shift. I call him the night shift or the Cali boy, but I can't believe, Chad, he's been here 10 years already. It seems like he's been here forever.
Yeah, man, I tell you, he's done a tremendous job, and anything that changes at the newspaper, Dennis just adapts to it and makes it the best it can be. Hey, I got to check out here. Hayes is finishing up. I'll see if I can jump back on in a little bit, but hey, tell Dennis I appreciate him and what he does for high school sports, because it's awesome.
All right, I'll talk to you. Hopefully you'll come back, and then you also can do 3 out the door. Talk to you later.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, got to thank the sponsors. Then we'll be back with Dennis, the night shift knight from the Savannah Morning News. He's been roaming the sidelines for 10 years here in Savannah, Georgia, and he's on the sidelines. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten taken out yet, but we can ask him if there's ever been a close call. You're watching the Coach and AD on the Coach's Corner Sports Network every Saturday morning. We'll be right back from the center of the sports universe. Whoops, shoulder again. Coach's Corner.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, good Saturday morning. I'm glad you could join me, or usually join us. It's the coach and AD, Chad Griffin. He's up in Myrtle Beach. His son's in a lacrosse tournament. Once again, it's the coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Board, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports. I don't know which shoulder to point network. Remember, 3 shows on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock, you got Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Hey, I did it right. Dan Foles, Brandon Baines, and my producer, Lawrence Bennett. I thought I was going to forget that in a couple of seconds there, but they do a great job talking about NASCAR. Big sport down here in the South, big sport all over the place. So once again, join them Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, and then it's the Wednesday night live with the update with the coach and the AD, Karl DeMasi, Chad Griffin. Then we come back on Saturday morning, and we do our show on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the coach and AD. All right. This man's been waiting to join us. I know he doesn't get any sleep. I love calling him the night shift reporter because he's always doing it at night. I mean, he's roaming the sidelines. I can't believe it's 10 years already, but it seems like he's been here forever. But joining us now on the Coach's Corner Internet Stream Hotline, not hot seat, good friend of mine, good friend of everybody here in Savannah, Georgia, Dennis Knight. Good morning, night shift. Go ahead. Call me like they call me in New York. I'm waiting for it.
What's up, DeMasi? Coach DeMasi.
There you go, Coach DeMasi, okay? We'll get into that later on. In New York, I was DeMasi. Down here is DeMasi, so I'm not fighting with anybody, Cali boy. I'm not fighting with anybody.
Well, that's good. That's good.
What do you got on there? A Golden State Warriors hat?
Yeah, I had to rep the Warriors. They're going to be back next year. You watch.
And then what, do you got a Giant shirt on underneath that?
No, we got SSU. I went both ways here.
Hey, we didn't talk about it. Yep, there's your logo, there's my logo, and
okay, I got it.
It's been an unbelievable year. And so, from your point of view, you've been here doing this a long time now. Did you ever think we would get so many sports, so many kids playing back on the field with this COVID-19 pandemic?
Gosh, no, not when it all started going down last spring. I thought we were going to be out for a while, but it's great to some sense of normalcy back. I know school, for at least in the public school district here in town, is still virtual for a lot of people, and but we're trying to get back, and sports is a big part of that, I think.
I mean, it definitely is a big part. I was told when I was taken off the air that there was no sports to talk about in Savannah, and you and I have been doing this since COVID started way back in March. There's always something to talk about here in sports in Savannah, Georgia, and there's always something that's going on, and we both love what we do. I mean, I love teaching and coaching, but I also love doing this, and you've been a big help to me with it. So great story. Travian Savage, mother passes away, and then to follow it up, okay, Barry Kleinpeter wins that poll is driving you crazy, I know that, because every time you turn around, there's somebody saying something to you about it. But just a great story. Put those two stories together for us, and let's talk a little bit about it.
Well, Windsor Forest had that big game against Jenkins that night, and I had really never heard of Trayvon Savage until that night. He had his first touch of the game. I think he went for 49 yards. And Mike Caballero is the running back everybody knows from Windsor Forest. I think he ran for over 1,200 yards last year. But they ended up beating Jenkins. I think it was the first time since 2011, 14-6 in the game. And I was down on the field afterwards, and Coach Jeb Stewart was talking to the team, and he said, "I never give out game balls, but we're going to give this one to Trayvon tonight because he deserves it." So I was thinking, maybe it was his first big game, and it seemed kind of emotional at the time. And then when I interviewed him, he said that he wanted to win this one for his mom, and told me about how she had passed away the Sunday night before. And wow, it was just incredible for the kid to stay with the team that week and then have the biggest game of his life in the first game after his mom passed. He was only 35 years old, and he has 2 other brothers, and so it was really tough for him and his family.
And then Mr. Kleinpeter, did he run away with the Player of the Week for you guys?
Yeah, he had actually won it the week before too. And they had that big game against Deerfield Windsor where he threw for 4 touchdowns and 314 yards and ran for another score. I think he had like 75% of the vote, but it was about that afternoon on Wednesday, I think, is when we called we end the poll, and he said, Mr. Dennis, I think Trayvon is more deserving what he had to go through, and and he kind of talked about it earlier. I was watching him, and I thought that was really classy for a kid to have that kind of empathy for, a guy he's never even met. But I put him in touch with him. I think he's going to reach out to him and call him. But yeah, Barry's a great kid, and I thought that was a really, really nice gesture.
I mean, it's unbelievable, and I've always believed in the motto, it's better to give than to get, and to give something like that to another human being who you don't even know is just something special. So once again, all right, so tell us about this poll here that goes on that, I mean, it's driving the fans crazy, isn't it?
Well, the first couple of weeks we had, there was like an unlimited voting on the poll, and we got up to like 91,000 votes. I think that was the week the Memorial kid Cam Hall won.
Right.
And he edged out the kid from Bethesda, Antoine McKay, who had 89,000 votes.
Wow.
So anyway, we now we have it kind of limited where you can't just sit there on your computer and vote time after time. But so it's a little bit more reasonable now. I think Barry might have had like 2,400 votes or something last week.
Nice. So, on my intro, I've been watching you go along the sidelines. Basketball game, you have to sit down. Baseball and softball, you're up and down the sidelines. So, I mean, I know you covered high school in the Bay Area. You focused on the Central Coast section. Then you come out here to Savannah, a lot smaller area to cover. Any interesting story about you getting taken out or close to being taken out, whether it be by a football player or a flying object?
Well, last night I had a guy come in. I think it was on either an interception return or a punt return, and I kind of put myself behind this kid from Forest on the sideline, and he was kind of laughing like, "What are you doing?" I said, "You got pads on. I'm using you as a blocker, man." But I've never really gotten taken out. I'm not afraid to run when time comes, but I have a friend back in the Bay Area who's working for the Palo Alto Daily News. His name is John Reed. He's retired now, but he was at the Stanford spring game one year, and Richard Sherman, who everybody knows who he is, had a great start to his career with Seattle. Now he's on the right team, the 49ers. But,
okay.
Sherman was he played some receiver, I believe, at Stanford too. And anyway, he caught this ball, and John Reed was on the sideline, and he took him out, and they got a perfect picture of on impact, And John has it. He's had it as his Twitter avatar for a long time, so we always joke about it. But my biggest concern nowadays is tweeting after a score, and I can't see you too well, so I'm got my head down like that, and I'm always worried maybe on a kick return or something like that I might get hit.
Someone's going to take you out
on a swivel.
Oh, I mean, always teach your kids to have a head on a swivel, and always teach the reporters to have their head on a swivel, because you don't know what they're going to come at you. You're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're all part of the whoops, wrong again. It's backwards, Dennis, on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's always a lot of fun every Saturday morning. We're talking to the Savannah Morning News sports reporter, the Prep sports reporter, Dennis Knight, and it's always a lot of fun. So I know we joke about it, but I really enjoy 3 things about a game or 5 things about a game. So tell me, give me 3 things about this football season that you've been amazed by.
Well, I guess just what all the teams have had to go through just to get on the field. I mean, with the public schools, they were a month later than everyone else, and now we've had COVID issues, canceling some games. So
referees not showing up.
Yeah, then we had that last night. I guess at the Country Day ECI game got postponed or maybe canceled because of that. So it's just been a unique scenario this year with everything going on, and then teams like Benedictine, once they had the inter-district play only, they had to redo their whole schedule, and then we had like Southeast Bullock and Liberty County playing maybe the 3rd game of the season, and it was for a region title because they're the only 2 teams that in the 3-3A that aren't in the district. So they basically become the de facto number 1 and 2 seeds out of that. But it's been just crazy with everything, with all this COVID stuff and people trying to battle through it. But it's getting done, I guess, to an extent.
All right, now we can't forget about the ladies. Unbelievable run over Savannah Christian, 29 straight games. They're in the Sweet 16 today. I know you're probably going out there to cover it, right?
I'll be checking up on a few different teams today. I'm on the desk with Nathan covering Georgia Southern with a noon kickoff. So
right,
kind of I'll be close to home today, but I'll be checking in with the coaches about the volleyball today.
So you got volleyball, you got softball, we got cross country going on. Anything stands out the most with you with those 3 sports?
Well, it'd be kind of neat to see Savannah Christian make a deep run. Coach Jones has been there for so long, and I think she's been in maybe 6 or 7 state finals matches.
Yep.
And they have never won it. And this is her youngest daughter, Logan's. She's one of the best liberos in town. Her senior season, so it'd be really great to see them to finish it off and win one.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. Softball, that South Effingham crew, changing to a new coach, Jessica Evans. I mean, they're going to the Elite 8. Effingham County, both schools up at Effingham softball going to the Elite 8. That's been a pretty good story up there too. And close games every time those 2 teams play.
Yeah. South Effingham has that the young freshman pitcher who has really helped them turn around from last season, and Alex Brown, the North Carolina commit at shortstop. She's one of the best players on the East Coast, and so it's a pretty special time in Effingham for the softball, as it usually is every year.
Well, believe it or not, people don't know this, but Dennis Knight finds time to go golfing and go fishing. So tell us about the fishing stories and the golf. Give us a good story about something that you do other than just writing about our local kids.
Well, I've golfed since I guess I was in junior high school, and I still am not very good, but I love playing, and I get out to Bacon Park a lot and Crosswinds over the summer. Got to play with you over this summer, but I really love golf. I think it gets my mind off stuff because you're so into trying to do your thing out there and kind of just focused on. And I like how the physical aspect of it, and also there's a big mental aspect to golf. With all the math you got to do and managing yourself on the course. So I really love golf. I'm going to miss out on the Masters in November here for the first time in a while because of COVID restrictions on the credentials. But I hope to be back there in April. I think it would be my 10th or 11th Masters.
All right. So is the fishing more than, because I know golf is frustrating, okay, trying to hit that little white ball into that little cup. So tell us about the fishing. I mean, you're scoping out Islands High School. You're looking for fishing holes. You and Baker Woodward should get together and exchange the great spots that you guys like to fishing. Is fishing relaxing? I mean, I've never been a big fisher, and I know I'm going to blow your mind here. I grew up on a canal. Okay, I like crabbing. I like climbing the bulkheads and scooping them up. I didn't get into the fishing because I wasn't patient enough to wait. What's so special about fishing for you?
Well, I grew up fishing a lot on lakes back in California. Then when I was working at the San Jose Mercury News, I had a friend who got me into fly fishing, and that to me is the best. Out on these rivers and the Sierras, just beautiful country. And this guy was all into it. He'd make his own flies, and we released everything we caught. He and I would go. We'd have a trip with our friends from the Merc every year, and then this is before I got married, of course. He and I would be out there maybe 4 other times a year at some beautiful spots, Colorado, the San Juan River on the New Mexico-Colorado border. But we've come out here, and hopefully I'll be getting that boat soon so I can get out there and fish these rivers like I want to. But I've been hitting local ponds and being pretty successful with the largemouth bass, and I'm trying to get close enough with Coach Woodward that he'll give up some of these spots he's at with his son. But it's fun to watch him on the little YouTube channel he has, and
yes,
out there on their kayaks and catch some. I was able to go up to Cape Cod and visit a friend that we met down here who was a Coast Guard helicopter pilot based in Tybee, and now he's up there in Cape Cod. And he lived on a pond, and it was 2 summers ago, and getting on a kayak. I love fishing. Fishing and golf, it's you can combine them sometimes. I think if you throw a pole and go out there at Bacon Park, there's a few ponds that look pretty good out there too.
I can imagine you playing the 8th hole, and there's a pond right next to it. Stopping, hey, go ahead, you can play through, because I got to do a little. I'd probably see that fishing pole in your golf bag too, right?
Yeah, that's a good spot for it, I think.
So, hey, Dennis, always a pleasure. I love talking sports with you, and I know it's a crazy time. We'll start basketball, wrestling, swimming next week, and it'll keep you going crazy. But once again, appreciate you coming on, talking sports, and love your stories. Keep it up, buddy.
All right, appreciate it, Coach. We'll talk to you this week, all right?
And what's my name?
DeMasi, Coach DeMasi.
And when you see him, just say night shift. He'll turn his head, okay? All right, talk to you later.
All right, take it easy, my brother.
Thanks, Dennis. I mean, he loves his job, and he loves what he does. My job is teacher, coach, and this is a hobby of mine. I love what I do, getting more information out there for the kids. And I've been telling everybody for 10 years, okay? I'm just adding to what these guys do for a living, okay? But people like Dennis Knight, Amy Zimmer, Frank Silkowski, Jake Wallace, Connor Del Petri, Greg Talbert, Lindsey Goff, Nathan Dominance, they do it as a job, but it's really a calling. It's a love, because, the hours they put in, the money they get, and you know what? They want to get the news out about the kids, okay? So that's what it's all about. All right, we got one segment to go. It's usually 3 steps out the door. I'm going to break it down with some local scores, some local information. I'll take 3 steps out the door with high school sports, college sports, professional sports, and we'll be done today. Once again, it's the coach and AD. The AD's up in Myrtle Beach watching the son play lacrosse. Hey, you got to love it. You got to go with your kids. And it's all part of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at the center of the sports universe. Coach's Corner. There we go. Put this arm down, that arm down. There we go. I don't know which arm to put down. Okay, but you got it. It's over one of my shoulders. I'll see you in about 3 minutes.
It's all sports, all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson's Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson's Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Caring. We ain't New York style. We are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
I got to figure that out. I got to make that a little spaced out before I pop back up here on the screen. But good morning. It's Saturday morning. It's always a lot of fun. It's the Coach and AD, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report from Coach's Corner. It's all presented by the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And like I say, every Saturday morning, every Wednesday night, Chad, Griffin, and myself are here. On Wednesday nights, we follow Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Okay, that's the NASCAR show. That's right here, live from Coach's Corner. They do a great job. Dan Foles, Brandon Brades, and the producer, Lawrence Bennett. Great show. You got to check it out. Facebook Live, YouTube Live. They have a YouTube channel. Then, of course, the Coach and AD weekly Wednesday night update comes on. We're usually live. Last week we couldn't because we were both doing AD duties at our local schools. And then, of course, Saturday mornings. Don't forget, we have a third show now added to the Coach's Corner Sports Network, and that's Hot Grits Podcast with Travis Jordan and Spencer Maddox. They're always talking about sports. Now, whatever they say is their opinion, people. They're off the wall. They're great young guys. They know what they're talking about. They're both into sports. Check it out. Hot Grits Podcast, okay? Got to thank my guest today before I go into the sports news that I want to talk about. Of course, I got to thank Chad Griffin jumping on the internets from Myrtle Beach. He's my co-host. We have a lot of fun doing this. He's the AD over at Calvary Day School, coaches soccer. Got to thank him for finding time to sneak on. Then, of course, Tim Jordan, Savannah High basketball coach, the dean of basketball coach here in Savannah, Georgia. Over 500 wins for talking about the season coming up. Basketball starts Monday for boys and girls, high school boys and girls here in Savannah. Then, of course, I got to go to my Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Savannah Country Day. Barry Kleinpeter, great kid. I mean, the kid won the Savannah Morning News Football Player of the Week, got over 2,400 votes. As you heard with my guest, got to thank Dennis Knight from the Savannah Morning News coming on, the local beat prep sports reporter, giving his award to Travian Savage from Windsor Forest, who lost his mother 4 days before a big game against Jenkins. So it's the guests that make the show. Okay, it's not the coach, it's the guest. Okay, so hey, I know you're keeping busy over there, but I got to thank John Henderson for what he does here. Hey, if you notice, the TP's down. Braves for Becca. Now listen, people, they're still taking donations. They've raised over $60,000 for Becca Spears, waitress here at Savannah, waitress here at Coach's Corner, who suddenly had a stroke, 38 years old. A lot of medical costs. John Henderson came up with the idea. They put the TP up out front since 1991. Whenever the Braves makes the playoffs, and they raised money for a cause. Lawrence Bennett, John Henderson, Brian McCarthy stay up over there overnight. $60,000. I had my head shaved. I said, if you send $500 into Coach's Corner, you could shave my head. Well, sure enough, someone did the next day. It's growing back. This is almost 2.5 weeks, so I can't wait till I get my little New York do back so I can flip the front of my hair up. So once again, John Henderson and Del Henderson, the crew over here does great. They have breakfast now every Monday through Friday from 6 to 10:30. Breakfast here at Coach's. Another great cause. Larry's breakfast shop on Skidaway closed down after 70 years. There was a whole crew, kitchen crew, waitresses. John Henderson took them in and started Monday through Friday with breakfast at Coach's. And don't forget, we have, I think it's Toxic Oxygen out in the Sound Garden tonight. Hold on. I want to get this right before I get in trouble. Let me find out. Let me go back. Remember, Wednesday night, there's Pub Star Trivia here. Thursday night, they had a singer here. Last night, they had a singer here. Let me go to the events, Coach's Corner. Okay, here we go, events. Tonight, Toxic Oscar. It's one of the most popular bands here. Okay, then on the 28th, they got, October 30th, they got Bucky and Barry next Friday night here in the Sound Garden. So there's something always going on here at Coach's Corner. All right, quickly, 3 steps out the door. Step 1, high school sports. Habersham Volleyball, the Lady Patriots, Habersham School, the Lady Patriots won their 3rd straight state championship in the Georgia Association of Parochial and Private Schools. Pretty special there, right there for Susan Berry and the crew. Okay, they've been to the finals 5 out of the last 6 years. So remember, Habersham School state playoffs. You want to hear the interview I had with Susan Berry? Go to my YouTube channel, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Go to Facebook. I'm all over the place with that interview. Okay, football Thursday night kicked it off with Jenkins taking on Groves. Jenkins 40, Groves 6. And Friday night, last night, Richmond Hill goes to Effingham, wins 45-14. Glen Academy takes a ride up to 95 and beats South Effingham 35-3. In the 3A, 4A conference, just the Chatham County Public Schools. Windsor Forest plays at the Savannah Chatham County Public School Islands Stadium, not Islands High School Stadium. Okay, Windsor Forest took on Jenkins 21-0 over Johnson. Okay, remember, in 3A, only 2 public schools will get to go to the playoffs because Southeast Bullock and Liberty County all got wins because the Chatham County Public Schools aren't playing them. So 2 public schools will make the playoffs. So Windsor, Johnson, Groves, Beach, Savannah High. Who else am I forgetting? But they all play in that region. They're fighting for 2 playoff spots. Okay, and right now Windsor Forest has the upper hand by beating Johnson last night, and they also beat well, no, it doesn't matter. Jenkins is not in their region, so Windsor Forest has the upper hand. Now in 4A. All right, New Hampstead took on Savannah High, beat him 61-0 at Memorial Stadium. Okay, oh, he's coming back. What's up, Chad?
Hey, man. Sorry, it's been kind of crazy.
All right, I'm just running through the football scores. So New Hampstead won 61-0. Islands beat Beach 38-8. Everybody in the 4A for public schools makes the playoffs. BC declared number 1 because we're not playing them. New Hampstead, Islands, and Jenkins will all make the playoffs. In 3-1A, ECI was supposed to play Country Day. Postponed. No referees.
I wanted to ask Barry what exactly happened there.
Yeah, I didn't think of asking him that during that interview. I don't know. So it was a rescheduled game from way back in the early season when they were supposed to play him. So something happened. In Skeeza, Thomas Haywood Bethesda played a rematch of the championship game last year. But Thomas Haywood won 40-7. In Giza, Pinewood Christian 38, St. Andrews nothing. Frederica 55, Memorial Day nothing. Benedictine, Calvary, Savannah Christian all had bye weeks, so all be back and playing next week. Benedictine coming off a 6-game road trip will be back playing home, so they're pretty excited about it. So volleyball got a lot going on today, right there, Chad?
Yeah, man, you got your number 1 seed in Region 3A with Savannah Christian. They're hosting over there on Chatham Parkway. Calvary is traveling to FPD. They play at 2 p.m. What time does Christian play?
1 o'clock.
Do you know what time? They play 1 o'clock. All right.
1 o'clock.
And then Calvary plays at 2. Yep. And then St. Vincent's had to make their road warriors, man, going to Elka, and big win for them against Eagles Landing. And they got to travel to Brookstone to Columbus. Talked to Diana yesterday, and said, "Hey, hope the girls they can go. Hey, I think they there and win it as well. I think that's a good matchup for them."
Okay, now in the 2A public, Woodville is at Lamar, 2 p.m. start. Class 3A, Savannah Arts Academy is playing Appling County right now. Don't have a score. Windsor Forest goes to Southeast Bullock, plays at 11, so they're just going to kick off in a half an hour. Fayette County comes to Islands, plays at 4 o'clock. 6A, Lakeside DeKalb comes to Richmond Hill. Effingham goes to North Atlanta. Cross country, we have all the region championships next week. So that's what's going on in high school sports. College sports, okay, we know that Georgia Southern takes on Coastal Carolina at 12 o'clock. Georgia Tech takes on Boston College. And Georgia laid an egg last week in the second half, Chad.
Yeah, it's tough with the dogs now. I mean, it shows you, God, what is an assistant coach fitness beat Nick Saban? I mean, it was right there. Then whatever second half adjustments Stark and them made on offense, I mean, that was one of the most prolific offensive performances I've seen against Georgia in a very long time. And man, if they can keep that dialed up, Carl, they're going to be super tough to beat. Then you're looking at a playoff spot already. Probably down the road with that win, and Georgia's fighting to get back into that top 2. That's the way it's going to be, right? Top 2 in the SEC will play again for the SEC championship.
Right.
And then the Big Ten kicks off today. You can't tell me that Ohio State's not going to be knocking on the door. Obviously, it looks like Clemson's going to be there. So, I mean, it's going to be tough.
I'm going to go off on my soapbox here. Kirby Smart cannot beat Nick Saban. Once again, Georgia is beating Alabama in the first half, and Nick Saban goes in with his coaching staff, makes adjustments. They come out, and they beat Georgia in the second. Kirby Smart, you're never going to beat Nick Saban. You got to stay calm. You got to keep a calm head. And I'm telling you right now, when he went through his little tyrant like I'm doing right now in that first half, your team feeds off that, Kirby Smart. You might be a great recruiter. You might be a great person. But you know what? You can't handle playing Alabama. And I'm going to say it right now. Alabama, okay, is going to be Georgia's nemesis forever. That's all I got to say. I was an upset fan. We're winning at halftime 24-20. We lose 41-24. It just kills me. It kills me. Sorry, Chad.
It's tough, man. I know, man. The Georgia faithful are definitely super frustrated. We can't get over the Alabama hoop. But at some point, though, Georgia's got the talent to play with them and to beat them. It's going to take that one win over them. They're going to have to know they can do it and be in that situation. You couldn't ask for better. Every SEC game, every SEC championship game, the national championship game, they're one play away from winning the national championship, and it's tough.
I got 2 words for you, Chad. 2 words for you. Nick Saban.
Yeah, man. He's just how he miraculously recovered from COVID or didn't have COVID or whatever. I mean, that's what I told people. I said, if Nick Saban can recover in 3 days or not have it and retest 3 times in 3 days, then listen, man, anything can happen. But Nicky Saban, man, he just has it, and he's just tough to beat. And listen, they've not missed a beat. I mean, as good as Tua was, there's a reason why Tua's brother transferred to Maryland, because Mac Jones is the guy. I mean, people got to realize, man, the people behind Tua are not 2-star or 1-star quarterbacks. These are 4 or 5-star guys that are just lined up, one behind the other, ready to go. And Mac Jones and Sarkisian stepped in, and they just continue to roll, man.
All right, so
I mean, they lost what? Three. They lost 3 wide receivers in the top 15 of the draft, and have not lost a beat. Are probably better on offense this year than what they were on last year. Unbelievable.
I know. So, all right. So remember, 12 o'clock, Georgia Southern is right by you up there in Myrtle Beach at Coastal Carolina.
Saw a caravan last night of Georgia Southern people coming into the game. So right here up in Conway, South Carolina, man, ball at the beach here at noon.
And Georgia Tech, after that blowout by the best team in football, Clemson, has to take on Boston College today at 4 o'clock. All right, so step 2 is college. Step 3, pro sports. Okay, Braves, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Dropped 3 in a row to lose to the Dodgers. And as my grandmother would say, those bums wait till next year. Well, it's not the Dodgers anymore. It's the Braves. Those Braves will wait till next year again. We're going to be teased. We're going to be teased. We're going to be teased until they fix that pitching staff, until they can solidify 3 to 4 good starters. We're going to be teased every year, Chad.
Man, that was tough. I'm a Braves fan just like you, and golly, I mean, but I think about what they overcame. You lose your opening day starting staff. You lose 3/4 of it, and you still get to where you manage to piece it together and get there. I mean, as a Braves fan, I feel a bit different than this year than what I felt when we had Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz, and just lined up, and we won 1-1 series out of 15 years of that role of winning NL East. I don't feel as bad this year because I look at what all we didn't have and what we overcame to be in it and be, 6 outs away, 7 outs away from getting in the World Series, and who knows what happens when you get there. But only thing I'm glad to see is the Dodgers hadn't lost a beat, missed a beat. They went out last night, man.
Won again.
Morton out of the game early, and they look poised. What's the percentage of teams that win Game 3 in the World Series win it all. I think it's like some obscene number.
It's like 76%.
Yeah.
So, all right, quickly, the Falcons won. You fire Dan Quinn, the Falcons win. I watched that game against Minnesota last Sunday. Man, did they look like the team they should be. Still a little shaky on defense, but that offensive, they got so much talent on offense. Everybody says, oh, Matty Ryan's is done. He can't play. Matty Ryan can play. You just got to give him some time to set up. He can pick you apart. Todd Gurley didn't have a great game, but he really is a threat in the backfield now. Your wide receiving, Ridley, Jones, Gage. It's just, just good to see him win and win like they should have been winning the first 5 games.
Well, that's the thing, Carl. It's not like they weren't putting up points. You had 3 consecutive games that you had 16-point leads. Putting up points in the offense was not the trouble. Dan Quinn is a defensive guy, came from Seattle, the Legion of Boom, and they just could not. Think about the Super Bowl, up 28 or whatever, 24-3, whatever that score was. It's never been, I don't think it's ever been an offensive problem for the Falcons. A defensive guy, it just hadn't worked for the Falcons. But you saw that, they constantly scored points last week and also, held on, did enough on defense to not give it up. And that's what you want to see when you have a major change in coaching staffs or whatever. You want to see that immediate effect, and you saw that. Now, can they sustain it? Hey, we'll see, but I don't think the offense is the problem.
No. All right, and then let's go to golf. Don't forget, locally, the Savannah City Amateur, November 14 to 15. Get registered at Bacon Park. Go to baconparkgolf.com. That's where we get all the local guys and guys coming in from out of state, in-state, coming down here to play that. So we got the Savannah City Amateur coming up. Pga Golf. Hey, Brian Harmon, he's been in the thick of things. He's played in the last top 20, the last match. Well, once again, you'll love this one, Chad. At the Zozo Championship in Sherwood, California, he's tied for 14th at 10 under, but he's only 4 strokes off the lead.
Yeah, man, that's Tiger Woods' home course there, and Harmon, man, he's been hot of late, and I tell you, he's getting better and better. And I think as the weird kind of season it is, I need to see. I've not really checked on what it would take for him to get a Masters invite. I've not looked is it based off of with the Masters coming in November, is it based off what they did previously to this Masters? So I'm not real sure with that what that looks like for him. But man, He's just doing a tremendous job on tour right now.
And then Gene Sowers, our PGA Championship older men, 50 years and older. Of course, Mickelson came out and shot 17 under last tournament. So far, Gene, over the last 4 weeks, has moved up 7 spots. He is now 28th in the Charles Schwab Cup to make the Charles Schwab Cup playoffs. We'll see what happens. Tormenta has won their last 2 in a row. They play tonight at North Texas. And then Savannah Clovers, 3rd place. They're on the road today. They're taking on, and the Clovers are number 3 now. Our man Kyle Lawson, the voice of the Clovers, they're away today at Greensboro Football Club. Tormenta will be back next Saturday, but I'm not exactly sure. Oh, yeah, next Saturday against the Soda City Football Club, who I think is like 1 or 2.
Yeah. So once again, local soccer doing great in the Savannah area with Tormenta. They started slow, but they're finishing out really hot. And then our guys over there with the Clovers, like he said, Lawson said, hey, young new group coming in, and they seem to be working it. So great job with those guys as well.
All right, you got 3 out the door for me, or we're just going to end it right here and take a break and pick it up next week?
Let's pick it up next week. I'll have 3 good ones for you next week, man. As we, like I said, I'll be in Winston-Salem next week, but I'll be more prepared with 3 questions for you.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be as crazy, right?
Maybe not. It's going to be colder, though. In Winston-Salem next week, I think the high's going to be like 62 and the low of 45. So hopefully we don't have an 8 o'clock game. But it's 80 degrees and sunny here at the beach.
I know we talk about Hazel all the time, and I know you're a proud papa. Hey, your daughter winning the 6th grade SPL volleyball championship. I know it's Calvary won it, but it's your daughter. You got to give a shout-out to your daughter.
Yeah, very proud of Aston and that whole group of 6th grade girls and winning that. I think we had Calvary girls win the 6th grade, Hancock girls win the 7th grade, and Savannah Christian girls win the 8th grade. So congratulations to all 3 the SPAL champions at those grade levels, 3 different schools as well. So that's pretty cool to see that the balance of volleyball across was a neat event for all of them. Great job with SPAL. Once again, the kids got to play, Carl, and that was so cool. So I give Michael Dawn a lot of credit and the middle school ADs a lot of credit. The girls wore masks all year, and we got to play some volleyball, and I'm glad the kids have got it in. So happy for all those teams.
And once again, great job. Have fun up there in Myrtle Beach. Maybe you can find a ticket while they start at 12 noon, so you're not going to be able to do that.
12, so I know, that's what I thought about. If Hayes got done early, we're going to head over there. And I'd already talked to Big Frank about slipping me in the back door and give me a media credential. So
hey, I know it's Georgia Southern, but you gotta love Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers. Great mascot, great name, and of course, I'm a little envy of the colors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I know the colors match some school there in Chatham County. Look just like you guys.
So, all right, have a good one. Excuse me?
That where y'all pulled the colors from?
I don't know where. In 2010, I don't know where the principal pulled those colors from. But anyway, be safe. Tell everybody have fun. Tell Sherry I said hello, and we'll talk to each other within the next 2 days.
Like that Savannah State football too, buddy. Is that what's on your shirt?
Hey, I forgot to say it. Savannah State got back on the field. They had 3 practices last week.
So tell everybody what do we know what's coming out of them? Are they going to get to play in the spring? I saw some HBUs announced this last week.
From what my son says, Russell DeMasi, who coaches there, he's pretty excited about it. They got their hopes up, but I hope their hopes aren't shot down. So they think they might just be able to do that.
That's awesome, man. Hey, glad to see we're starting to get some sports. Big Ten starts back today. Football is in full swing. So here we go, man.
All right, don't go anywhere. Wrong arm again. Once again, where are we, Chad?
We at the Center Sports Universe Coach's Corner. Center Sports Universe.
Remember, mask up, wash those hands.
Got to have it here while I'm walking around the North Myrtle Beach Sports Complex. Is this. Got to do it, man. Keep playing sports. Got to do it.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
See you, man. Have a great day.
Hey, appreciate it.
Anytime, brother.
And once again, Chad Griffin, AD of Calvary Day School, the coach and AD. I started out doing this by myself, and I've picked up some great co-hosts. I really do miss the Makos, Melissa Makos, in Boston College today. That's where she's from, but we did it for almost 2 years, and now I picked up the AD from Calvary Day School. It's a lot of fun doing it with another person. Well, remember, every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. until 10:30, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report Facebook page, on the Coach's Corner Facebook page, on the Karl DeMasi YouTube page, Karl DeMasi Sports Report YouTube page. It's live, and of course on Twitter at KD Sports Report. I'm here with the AD, Chad Griffin. We both appreciate you watching and listening to what we got to say. Hey, if you got anything you want me to talk about, you got somebody you want me to bring on, you got a special athlete of the week, K DeMasi at hotmail.com, Karl DeMasi at gmail.com, 912-507-9158. Send me a message. Don't forget my other love, the Prep Sports Report. That's right. I have a website that's geared to just prep sports, high school, middle school, youth sports, you name it. Stephen Weeks has been a big help. He's also involved in this. Go to prepsportsreport.com. You'll see what I'm talking about. More information to get more stuff out there for our kids. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and whatever you may be doing, as I always say every week, always hit it in the park. Until I see you again, may it be your best week ever. So remember, mask up when you're around people. Wash those hands. Please use me. Okay? Social distance. God bless. Appreciate you. Once again, I'll see you Wednesday night.